sky me, where brains go to broadcast.
Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever been there? You know, staring at a blank page, maybe just that blinking cursor, trying to kickstart a research project, or maybe just get a handle on a totally new topic.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like being lost, doesn't it? So much information out there.
Exactly, like you're in this huge library, but, well, you don't have a map. So for this deep dive, you've actually shared some really interesting material, stuff that points us to online resources designed for exactly this, helping you map out concepts, find your footing, just jumpstart your understanding. Our mission today really is to dig into these sources you sent, pull out the best bits.
The useful nuggets.
Yeah, those crucial insights that can give you, the listener, a clear roadmap, a way to begin your own information journey.
What's fascinating here is just how common that initial struggle really is. It's almost universal.
Right.
And it's not just about finding information. It's finding a starting point, something with structure.
Structure, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't get that feeling of, like, drinking from a fire hose.
Precisely. That feeling of being completely overwhelmed. And that's where these curated lists, these well-organized resources, they really show their value.
They cut through the noise.
Exactly. They provide a foundation, a framework, and honestly, that can be the biggest hurdle just getting started effectively.
Yeah, I can see that.
And, just as a quick aside, but it's important any good researcher knows, check the terms of use first.
Ah, good point.
It saves headaches later. Make sure you're using these great resources the right way, ethically.
That's a really critical point about structure and also about, using things correctly. So how do these specific resources we're looking at, how do they actually deliver that structure? How do they help you overcome that initial overwhelm? Let's dive into some of the sites you highlighted. First one is procon.org.
Okay.
Now, this site, it's described as having a good list of topics, especially if you're looking into controversial issues.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
like it helps you see both sides of an argument laid out clearly.
It's an excellent place to start if you're tackling a debate, definitely. The real strength of procon.org, I think, isn't just finding the arguments themselves. It's how quickly it helps you identify the fault lines of the debate.
Fault lines, okay.
Yeah, you can rapidly see the core arguments for and against any given position, which in turn helps you pinpoint maybe your own unique angle or
gaps.
Or the gaps, precisely, the gaps in the existing discussion where more work could be done.
Interesting.
But there's a however, it's worth noting, to access the full text of the articles, the deep dives on procon.org, you usually need a subscription.
Ah, okay. So there's a paywall for the deeper content.
Right. So think of it like a fantastic compass for mapping out the landscape of a debate.
Okay, I like that analogy.
But you might need that subscription to fully, explore the territory in depth through their specific articles.
That distinction, mapping the landscape versus exploring it fully, that's actually crucial. And knowing that access model up front, like you said, is super helpful. Avoids frustration. Okay, so next up, you pointed us towards Public Agenda.
Yes.
This site is also highlighted for having a good list.
Yeah.
Current controversial issues again. And apparently it boasts several authoritative links. So how does this one fit in? Does it offer maybe a different perspective? Or different structure compared to Procon?
It does, actually. Public Agenda operates on a different model for information access, and that's incredibly empowering, I think, for learners.
How so?
Well, the information on the site, it's generally freely available.
Oh, that's great.
Which is fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's typically because it's under a Creative Commons license.
Okay, Creative Commons, I've seen that. What does that mean practically for someone using it?
Practically. It means you can use the material, you just have to give attribution, say where you got it.
Right. Give credit.
Give credit. And it's usually for non-commercial purposes, so you can't just sell their stuff.
Makes sense.
And often, if you adapt it or build upon their material, the license requires you to share your new creation under similar terms. Share alike, they call it sometimes.
Interesting. So it encourages sharing knowledge.
Exactly. The power here isn't just free information, though that's obviously good. It's also the chance to see, to model how reputable organizations present complex issues transparently, accessibly.
Ah, so you can learn from how they present information too.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's a skill that's invaluable for your own research presentation. It's a great example of open access, but with clear boundaries. It fosters learning and responsible use of content.
That Creative Commons model, it really does offer amazing flexibility while still, respecting the original creators.
Hmm.
It definitely makes you think about the different ways information gets shared online these days. So many models.
There are.
Okay, finally, the sources you provided mention Midway College's 100 research paper topics. This one sounds particularly useful if you're kind of stuck on just phrasing your topic, like how to turn an idea into a question.
Yes, exactly. It lists dozens of concepts, but framed as questions.
How did that help specifically?
Well, framing your topic as a research question is like a fundamental step. It really helps you build a strong paper. These questions they provide are designed to help you formulate a strong thesis statement.
The thesis, okay, your main argument.
Your core argument, your main point for the whole paper, it gives your research a clear direction right from the start.
That focus is so important.
It is. And beyond just the topic ideas as questions, the site also offers subject guides. These have links out to hundreds of online resources.
Oh, wow. So it's more than just the list of questions.
Much more. But looking at the broader implications or maybe the access details again, while the topic ideas themselves and the general subject guides, they're broadly accessible to anyone online.
Okay.
Some of the deeper resources they link to, like maybe specific academic books, videos, or certain databases.
Let me guess. You need to be a student.
You generally need access through the Midway College library system. So probably need to be a student or faculty there.
Right. Institutional access.
Exactly. So it's a really wonderful starting point for developing your concept, framing that question, and getting some general guidance. But deeper access might be restricted.
Okay, that's good to know. So we've looked at 3 different kinds of resources here. So what does this all mean for your approach to research, dear listener? When you're facing that blank page.
Well, I think it means you've got options.
It means the tools you've pointed us to, they offer these incredible shortcuts, ways to quickly identify relevant topics, structured topics.
Just jumpstart?
Jumpstarts, exactly. We've seen how procon.org is great for controversial topics, showing those fault lines in a debate.
Right, keeping in mind that subscription for deep dives.
Keeping the subscription model in mind, yes. Then there's Public Agenda, current issues, authoritative links.
And that flexible Creative Commons license. A great model for transparent info sharing.
Yeah, a really good example of that. And finally, Midway College's 100 research paper topics.
Helping you frame concepts as questions.
Right, to craft that main argument, that thesis. Plus, those subject guides give you a jumping-off point.
Even if some deeper resources need that institutional access, still very useful.
Definitely still useful.
And, if we connect this to the bigger picture for a moment,
Yeah.
it really highlights just how important it is to truly understand how information is structured, how it's delivered online today.
It's not just about finding the facts.
Not at all. Beyond just finding the data, knowing how you are actually allowed to use the information you find, that's critical.
Whether it's through paying for a subscription.
Right, or understanding the terms of a specific free license like Creative Commons.
Or needing access through your university or library.
Exactly. Knowing those terms of use, those access conditions, it's just as important as knowing what information you actually found.
That's a really powerful point.
It's all part of building that complete roadmap for your own deep dive into any subject you choose. Understanding the landscape, including the access routes.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting then, thinking about that.
Go on.
How does your awareness, or maybe lack of awareness, of these different digital gatekeepers and permissions, the subscriptions, the free licenses, the institutional walls, how does that awareness fundamentally impact your personal learning process? Your actual ability to effectively gather knowledge in this vast digital age we live in?
That is an interesting question.
It's definitely something to ponder, isn't it, as you embark on your next deep dive?
Cascade me where brains go to broadcast. Cascading me, knowledge speaks, tuition sleeps.